What's good, family? Shout out to my doggy, Joey Allen, for sending in them coins and boosting up your man the YB's universal credit, no doubt. So we got some breaking news right now. Your man's Tyson Fury has been pictured. Leaked documents have pictured Fury with Daniel El Trapahan, the number one European trap star general, Kinahan. I can't lie to you, I'm hearing some things are swirling right now, truth be known. And to be honest, it's just as well, or you know what, it's kind of rocky. Now the reason it's rocky from what I'm hearing is the fact that what do we know? Well, we know Eddie Hearn confirmed that they received contracts on Friday. Facts. It's now Thursday essentially. Wednesday's been done. It's now Thursday, so best part of a week now, and Dillian Dishillian Shite hasn't signed. Now, also bear in mind, Eddie Hearn himself, probably a week ago or 10 days ago, said that, listen, it's not over until it's over regarding step aside. This was after he lost the purse bid. Eddie Hearn been done lost the purse bid way back when. Now, the WBC gave Tyson Fury and Dishillian Shite the deadline, I think it was February 24th, which is about 2 weeks from now, to get the fight fully signed. So it's not a massive biggie that it hasn't been signed already. But the point is, from what I'm hearing, let's put two and two together here. What do we know? What do we know about El Trapahan? Well, we know El Trapahan has been pivotal, allegedly, in number one, financing, but number two, being a bit of a middle intermediary. Don't forget, the AJ and Fury fight allegedly was intermediated. In fact, El Trapahan, Kinahan, was meant to be the number one top dog at lubricating Fury and AJ to get that undisputed fight. Remember, all that kind of thing was in the newspaper. That's the first thing. He's meant to be number one intermediary don. Number two, El Financier. Yeah? He bringing in them coins, getting the coins boosted up. And in fact, I remember at the time, El Trapahan may have been involved to some extent, sourcing the Saudi funding for Anthony Johnston against Ruiz in the rematch. That big, massive $50, $60, $100 million deal he did. El Trapahan was sniffing around that as well, allegedly. Yeah, so 2-2s. What the point is, my sources in the UAE, yeah, my sandy dons, yeah, trust me 100%, the man the YB got a few sandy dons in the UAE, and they're telling me that bottom line is Fury and Dishillian isn't signed. And not only is it not signed, again, we know Eddie Hearn begging for step aside. Don't forget, AJ and Usyk, that isn't signed either. Oops, never mind signed. Bottom line, we know, I've exposed it. Team AJ, Team Anthony Johnston don't want to fight Usyk. Eddie Hearn desperate. Got a video coming soon. Eddie Hearn desperate. Eddie Hearn been desperate. He been desperate to get some sort of way for him not to have to fight Usyk, and to get the big GK to handle the middleweight for Johnston. So put all the factors together here, and in fact, not only does Team AJ and Team Hearn desperate for AJ to step aside and not have to fight Usyk. Yeah, you got Mr. El Trapahan in the UAE getting all the financing deals, being the intermediary. Then, to add insult to injury, we've now got Tyson Fury in the UAE. Why is Tyson Fury in the UAE weeks before he's about to fill Dishillian Shite in for him? Question mark. You tell me. And not only why is Tyson Fury in the UAE, why is he with Mr. El Financier El Trapahan? Especially when all of the controversy. You'd think, unless absolutely necessary, Tyson Fury would be kind of avoiding being out in public with El Trapahan, wouldn't you? So what's going on here? Well, there we go. Listen, you man are locked into the right channel, because you're about to find out right now what's going on. I'm hearing Dishillian Shite. Well, we know he hasn't signed, that's a fact. Dishillian Shite has not signed for the Fury and Dishillian Shite's fight. Facts. That's what we do know. Yeah? That's the first thing. But second thing is, not only has he not signed, it's all of the other stuff going on around it. It's not like, well, YB, Dillian wants to fight, and we know Dillian wants to fight, and we know Dillian's prepared to fight, and this, that, the other. That's not the case, is it? The real case is, the fact Dillian hasn't signed is the last of it. The truth is, the narrative around Dillian and the Fury fight is that Dillian probably ain't going to sign, because we know he wants to wait for his arbitration case in March. That's another month or weeks out. So the only real resolution here that gets things done ASAP is for Fury to fight Usyk. Yeah? Fury fights Usyk, Chilean shot gets paid off, and or gets to wait, to sit there like a sideman, waiting for something. Waiting some more. We know what Dillian's like. Dillian loves to sit around and wait, and he loves to count days. That's his favourite thing to do. Chilean Shite's favourite thing to do is to count days. Yeah, he loved doing that. It's his favourite. He loved posting, counting days. 100%. Yeah, Dillian gets paid step aside. Anthony Johnson gets paid step aside. Fury fills Usyk in. That's where from what I'm hearing, don't forget, Frank Warren and Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn, they couldn't get the step aside done themselves. That's why, from what I'm hearing, El Trapahan, lubricator, has been brought in. He's got the big financing and he's got the big connections. He can listen. Anyone not coming on board, essentially, from what I'm hearing, anyone who doesn't fall into line, El Trapahan touched them. Simple as that. Yeah. So if Johnson get too greedy, he get touched. Oops. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing now. Same as Chilean. If Chilean try to get too smart, he get touched. Oops. 100% one of them ones. That's why Fury's gone out to UAE to kind of get things in line now. He don't want to play around no more, and that's what you have to do. El Trapahan is known as the fixer. He get you touched. Simple as that. If you ain't falling into line, El Trapahan will get you in line like a good schoolboy, 100%. And what we do know is, don't be surprised. Yeah, don't be surprised. Cause another scenario I'm hearing is that either El Trapahan is going to be the fixer for this undisputed fight, or Tyson Fury is flown out to UAE to put Dillian Whyte in line. Yeah? So don't be surprised if all of a sudden you hear you hear Dillian Whyte has signed, and all of a sudden he's found his voice. Yeah? Because trust me, a few Donnies are going to pull up at Chilean Shite's yard, and it's going to be kind of peak for him. Yeah? I'm hearing we're going to find out how Brixton Dillian Whyte is. Oops. Yeah? I'm hearing El Trapahan is going to test and touch the Brixton within Chilean. Yeah, so all I'm saying is, if all of a sudden you hear about, breaking, Dillian Whyte signs and Dillian Whyte found his voice, please don't believe that Dillian actually found it. What we do know is, he got touched. 100%. 100%. Yeah? So it's one of them ones. Fury has gone there to sort the undisputed fight and or to get Chilean touched. Yeah? One of them ones. Now, that's the bottom line here. There ain't no other line about it. There ain't no other line about it. The UAE cats, they got the money, got the coins. The El Trapahan, he got the contacts. Yeah? He can get anyone. If people ain't falling into line, yeah? He'd have fallen into line, cat. He'd get you in line real quick. Yeah? He make sure Chilean tighten up. Listen, Chilean, you best tighten up. Yeah? And that's what I'm hearing. Tyson Fury did text Dillian and said, listen, Dillian, the truth is, yeah, I don't want to have to put the call in to El Trapahan. That's what I don't want to do. But either way, we are where we are now. Yeah, and you best believe, if it wasn't squeaky bum time already, I'm hearing Dillian Whyte, after seeing this video, he twitching right now. I'm hearing, trust me, you best believe you're going to see Dillian all on the Instagram promoting this fight. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Tyson, I forgot my voice, and sorry, El Trapahan, sorry, Kinahan, I got my voice back, it's alright. Yeah, you don't have to send the mans round. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to touch me. That's what I'm hearing Dillian doing as we speak. As we speak, Dillian putting out a promotional video. Yeah. It's gonna go something along the lines of this. Oh, hello, sorry guys, I lost my voice, and I just want to say a big thank you to Tyson Fury, and a big thank you to Frank Warren and Bob Arum for stepping up and putting this fight on. I can't wait to promote it, etc., etc. Yeah, he falling straight into line, and rightfully so, no doubt.